Who's the best barbers on YouTube and what they cutting like? Let me see. I was just scrolling through my YouTube and this video was right there waiting for me. So I took it as a sign that this is the next video I need to review. You may be wondering, who the hell am I? And how am I qualified to give an opinion? I'm making this video because I care about my opinion. My name is Kat So Poetic, and I'm an artist in many different ways. I cut hair, I write music, I write poetry. I've been cutting hair since 2003. I'm the blend queen, the taper queen, the fade queen, the lineup queen, in my own opinion. And because of that, I know that I'm qualified as a result of my own qualifications that I have given to myself, from myself, as a result of myself. I know that I'm qualified for giving this critique. None of this critique is meant with malice. Watching these haircuts is an honor and a privilege because I love the art of barbering and I love my fellow barbers. I know that me posting my haircuts on YouTube soon come, will come with people saying that they could be better and maybe even pointing out some of the things. But ultimately, we all love the craft and we all want to get better at it. So this is just me watching somebody else who do the same thing I do and see how they do it. With a grain of salt, take it or leave it, take it and learn from it. Either way, this is what I think about this haircut. 360 Jeezy. Let's see what these barbers is really doing out here in these streets. 360 Jeezy. Let's get it. Where you get your beats? Yo, bro, how do you get that spin? Somebody please tell me, how does he get that spin, bro? The camera is in one place. The client's head is in one place and it's literally just spinning. It's not even going around like this, like when you spin the chair. How do you do that?
Alright YouTube, this is going to be a full-length video to where you can follow along. Students, if you're in a classroom right now, go ahead and grab a model. This is where you could cut with me, alright? So what you want to do before you actually start cutting is you want to start picking out the hair, stretch the hair out, lay the hair down, whatever you need to do to start off neat, alright? It's important that you start off neat because that's how you're going to finish. So I'm gonna start by combing that temple area down, just laying it in place. Like I said, you wanna make sure you start off neat as much as possible. And I'm gonna set in my bald line. I'm gonna use my Babyliss FX to set it.
No debulking? Okay, everybody got their own process. I respect that. I respect the man's process. Because he ain't even really get started yet and I'm already saying something. But for me, it's always important to take the hair down a little bit before I go down to the skin. Like, I debulk first. Shape the cut a little bit, clean it up a little bit, and then I take it down to the skin.
In my bald line, and I'm gonna set it low. A lot of us have issues with, going too high on that blend. So make sure you set the bald line low. That way you don't take the blend too high. So next, I'm gonna go in with my Stylecraft Instincts with the lever open, but when I'm setting in this guideline, I'm setting it in and I'm scooping out. All right, I don't want to set in a harsh guideline, and whatever I do to the top, I'm gonna do towards the bottom. That way I can fade it in his beard as well. So next, I'm using my one guard with the lever open and I'm definitely scooping out. I'm going up about a ½ inch and I'm scooping out. I'm not gonna worry about going any higher than this because basically I'm just gonna freehand the rest, all right? So when you scoop out, set in the guideline, go over it multiple times, make sure you really go under it to, make sure that the hair is at that length. And like I said, I'm gonna go right back in, do the same thing I did to the top, to the bottom, to fade in his beard. So at the top, I'm gonna start by combing down the hair as much as I can. just to get those hairs to kind of lay down. Then I'm a freehand and basically set my clipper at a 45-degree angle and kind of take off as little bit as I can, just to get everything to flow into the afro that's up top.
It looked like the lever is closed when he's freehanding, and just because of the simple fact that he is teaching students, I personally would recommend, if you're going to encourage them to freehand, to open the lever. Whenever I'm taking down some hair, I always keep the lever open, because if the clipper slips out my hand, at least I know I'll be able to fade that out a little easier than if I get it all the way down to the skin on accident because I was freestyling or freehanding and my hand slipped or the client moved or something like that. Yeah, and I don't know. I just don't understand why you even necessarily need to freehand. I just don't. I feel like it don't really result in as much of an even cut. But we're gonna see how this play out. I know the man's know what he's doing. He got millions of followers. I'm just looking at it from one barber to another barber. That's all.
So like I said, I'm not gonna go any higher. I'm just gonna work my way back down, and I'm gonna attack that middle line using my one guard with the lever fully closed. Now, I'm not gonna take it out fully. This is just softening it up so you can come behind it with the next step. Now that the line is softened up,
you see how like there's still some bulk right above where the clipper guard, the white clipper guard is. You see how it's like short right there, but then there's a bunch of curls there. He may clean that up. I'm just pointing out that that's the type of result you get when you're freehanding, because you're not actually you're not actually cutting the hair. It's curly hair. So you're not actually getting in there and cutting. You're just kind of going over the top with the trimmer, which is good for like detailing at the end when you really want to clean it up, but not necessarily good for like, in my opinion, not necessarily good for like blending that type of bulk out. But we're gonna see how this fade play out.
You could come behind it with the zero guard with the lever fully closed, and I'm only using my corners to knock out. I'm starting below the line, flicking to the line, and just combing as I go. Now in some cases that the zero guard closed just doesn't take away that middle line like you want. You can always come behind it with the lever fully open and kind of detail those areas where you see bulk.
You can really start to see the blend happen. You really starting to see it blend out, which is fire. I love that. I really want to see what he gonna do with them curls up there though.
So the next step is to take out that bottom line. I'm gonna set my lever fully closed, but the thing you can do as well is you could set your lever halfway, soften it up just like you did that middle line, right? But I just went ahead and set it fully closed and just was soft with my touch and my flick out motion. So lastly, what you want to do is detail your blend, all right? Whatever blend you're doing, you want to detail it, all right? It's extremely important. How I do this is I refer to the mirror. The mirror shows me a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on, all right? I also like to rest my eyes. If you don't have a mirror, come back with a refreshed vision, you know what I mean? So get in those areas where you see bulk. Use your corners of your blade as if they were thinning shears and just detail. Now, one thing I do want to speak to the students about, and that's being comfortable with the clippers that the school gives you. Don't think that you have to go out and buy the latest and greatest clipper.
Bro, no. You can't tackle that bulk with the clipper closed just going over top of it, bro. You gotta comb that down because it's curly hair. So underneath, it's still a bunch of hair there that never got cut. He got curls right there that you need to comb out and cut in order for that to fully blend out. I mean, I might be speaking too soon, but we gonna see.
Master one thing, you know what I mean? Master the clipper that has been given to you. That way, when
Yeah, he didn't even comb it. He didn't even comb it out. Oh my lord. Oh, Jeezy. Jeezy. Do you see how he missed the bulk with the comb?
one thing, you know what I mean? Master the clipper that has been given.
That was when I was expecting him to comb it out. You need to comb that out. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. You need to comb that out and blend it the rest of the way. I believe in you.
So right now, I'm bringing my client's beard down to a 2, and I'm gonna continue to fade the beard just the way I did the top. The only thing different is that I'm blending downward. All right, instead of going up, I'm going down. I'm gonna take out the guidelines the same exact way. So as far as doing,
Let me look at that beard again, because you needed to still hit that with a 1.5 right there. Right at the end of the earlobe. You see them little thick. Okay, let's keep watching.
So as far as doing the back, I'm gonna attack that a little differently. The reason why I'm gonna do it differently is because I wanna be able to judge how far I actually go up. So by doing that, I'm gonna start with my one guard with the lever open, and I'm gonna scoop out. Reason why I'm scooping out is because I don't wanna set in a line or a harsh guideline or anything like that. I kinda want it to flow into the afro that's up top. And by scooping out allows me to take that lever closed and freehand that, you know, area where the one guard is into the afro.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, everybody got their own methods, and I respect the man's methods. The only thing I would do differently is that instead of going up with the clippers in the back, I'm gonna start with going down, following the shape of the neck, because that really helps remove some of the bulk without taking it down too far. And then when you go up with it, it really starts the blend for you. I hope I explained that right. So like now he has to blend, and I'm sure he'll do a good job anyways, but he has to blend the one into the fro. Whereas if he could still even do this, if he goes down with the clippers with the same one guard, just go down, it'll help blend it all together easily.
So like I said, starting from the bottom of that one guard open, I'm basically going to freehand into the afro, building that shape. Now, I don't really get to talk about
I would never recommend freehanding. It's just not necessary. Like, I personally don't even, like, there's only moments in time when I'm cutting hair that I need to freehand. But you're just at the beginning of the fade. You hit it with a 1 and then you started freehanding it. If you let a beginner freehand they're going to mess this up. I would not recommend anybody who is a beginner to freehand anybody's fro, especially not at the beginning of the fade. Like, you still need to debulk, you still need to blend it out, and use the freehanding for just the very last cleanup, not necessarily for blending. It's very easy to mess up when you're freehanding. You can literally drop the clippers, the client can sneeze, somebody could bump into you. You can accidentally like miscalculate how much you were cutting or the direction that you were going and end up cutting more than you intended to cut just because you wanted to freehand. I don't recommend it. It's not necessary. You have mad guards that can help you keep a steady hand around the head. You could have hit that with a 6, then a 5, then a 4, then a 3, then a 2, then a 1. And then when it's at the desired length, use the freehand for clean up. That's it.
The Stylecraft clippers like that in my videos, but the Stylecraft clippers, these instincts are dope, man. It's lightweight. It really allows you to use your hand in a certain way where, you know what I mean, it's a smaller tool, it's lightweight, and you could just maneuver real nicely and get the shape that you want with these clippers. Now that I have the shape that I want, I'm gonna set in my bald line next, going straight across, using my Babyliss FX trimmers, and I'm just gonna clear out the bottom, going the opposite way, cause.
So you remember earlier in the video when he was tapering the sides and he didn't really take it down, and I was like, he's not gonna depoke it first? This is what I meant. So you see how much better it looks and how much easier it is to create that line across the neck when the hair is lower. Now when it's time to blend up, it's gonna be much easier because there's not a bunch of hair in the way.
You don't want to irritate the skin to the max, you know what I mean? You want to just go the other way. That way it's more comfortable for your clients. And yeah, but initially I would recommend going straight in like this. That way you get a neater guideline. Next guideline, with the lever fully open, going up about a 1/2 inch, setting in my guideline, and I'm making sure I go over it multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. So just because you use the one guard to take out the bulk doesn't mean you don't go back in and, you know, submit this guideline on top. All right, so I go back in with my one guard and basically do the same exact thing, but now that we have that shape on top, it's much easier to know where you're going as far as blending into that afro. So right now I close the lever on that one guard and I'm softening up that middle line. That way it's easier to take it out with the next step. With the zero guard on, with the lever fully closed and a flick out motion, flick out that middle line. Now, notice how I'm only using my corners. Notice the direction that I'm going in. I'm really paying attention to how the hair is laying. Not all the time does the hair grow straight down. Sometimes it goes at a diagonal, so you gotta go against the grain on that. So pay attention to how the hair grows. That's extremely important to get it down to that length that you want.
Word, I was just about to say that. Like, I like how he's using his corners and using his brush to comb the hair down so he can see where the hair is laying, so he knows exactly how to attack that. That's exactly how you do it. Obviously he knows, because he got 1 million followers or more.
So for me, I always like to do cleanup work since the zero guard closed.
Cleanup work? You still gotta get, I hope, okay, let me shut up.
Doesn't really take out everything. I go behind it with the lever open and just kind of nitpick those areas where I see bulk.
Usually I do this part last, like the detailing.
Lever fully closed in a flick out motion. I'm basically only using my corners as I do this. I'm starting below the line, flicking to the line, making sure that I adjust my lever as I go up.
So he was fading down and then now he's fading up.
So next, like I always do, I'm gonna detail every single part about this taper in the back. I'm gonna detail the shape that I'm putting on the top to go into the afro. I'm definitely gonna detail the blend, go in those areas where I see bulk, debulk those areas with my corners, and just try to get the blend as blurry as possible, all right?
To get this blend as blurry as possible, you can't do it freehanding it because you're not combing them curls out. You gotta comb those curls out. So he hit it with the 1 and maybe the 1.5 if I'm not mistaken. But you needed to go in there with a 2 and a 3 as well. In order to get them curls that's up there, that's being missed, then you could have freehanded it with the lever open to really detail the fro around and get some of the little wispy hairs that's sticking out. But in order to get that bulk, you had to hit that with a 2 and a 3, maybe even a 4.
With cutting clients, you want to make sure you do the best that you can to make sure that they're returning clients, all right? Believe it or not, details matter, all right? It's the little things that clients really care about. You got to think about it. It's a lot of barbers out here that actually really just, they don't care. So it's like a...
So I like the way he's using his corners going into the curls because he's really able to catch some of the curls that is in there. But then he hits it with no guard to blend the rest of the way when he can just go up a couple more levels. So he was hitting it with the 1 and the 1.5. He could just hit it with the 2 and the 3 to get them curls. That's right there. And it's really important to comb them curls out as well, or they're gonna just hide on you. So that's the only critique I have so far is you're not combing them curls out and really getting them. And if you don't get them, it's not blended out. Because the moment that person goes home and showers, the curls is going to hang down. Now it's not sitting where you needed it to sit for it to look blended. Because it wasn't cut to the length it needed to be cut for it to be blended, if that makes sense.
In and out thing. But if you could stand out and really just actually show some initiative, show some care, show some, I want to get this to the best of my ability, the clients is definitely going to see that and know that and feel that and come back. So
hit it with the 2, my guy. Just hit it with the 2. You almost had it.
Next, I'm going to basically shape that.
Still a nice blend. You just needed to go up. You needed to get them the little bulk up there.
The afro, how I like to start is from the bottom and work my way to the top.
I always recommend doing it with the guard open, never closed. That's just me. Everybody got their preference. Could just be me. I'm not trying to be funny, bro. I'm not trying to be funny, but it do look like his hand slipped a little and he cut a little bit more than he meant to.
So detailing for me is pulling out your curved shears and basically, getting those loose hairs, getting the shape right, because the shears are curved. It's gonna grip and grab and cut some of those hairs that where the clipper just couldn't do it. All right, it's gonna put it in the shape automatically.
Now, because this is curly hair, I would have recommended you comb it out again. Comb it out again, and then go through with the shears. Because you know them curls is hiding in there. That's what curls do. Yeah, you cut it down and then comb it right back out, and you're gonna realize, like, oh shit, there's still mad more hair to cut. Because them curls be hiding.
This distance is a short distance and go to the other side and then just match it up like that. But starting from one end to the next, that's a no-no, all right? Always start in the middle. That way you kind of get an idea visually on how straight it is.
Agreed.
Now, with the lineup, I feel like practice is everything, man. You're not going to hit it right on the first lineup that you ever do. All of this comes with time, with knowing how far to actually go back on the line, or how not to push somebody back to get that crispy line so the hair can grow, all right? It's a lot of different circumstances that you're going to come across when doing lineups, and it just comes with trial and error. So make sure you get as many reps in school that you can. In school, man, take this time to actually just, experiment. You know what I mean? I like to use my left hand in certain occasions because it makes me feel way more comfortable than...
Comb that out again, please. Please just comb it out again and then hit it with the clippers. You wouldn't even have to hit it so many times if you just combed it again.
And to tilt my hand a certain way, and it's like it throws my whole body off, and it's just uncomfortable. So
you see how you can still see the curls on that panel right there, where he's trying to make the straight line, but you can still see those like 2 or 3 little hairs curling. That's part of the bulk that wasn't touched earlier. And also, if he would just take his comb while he's making the line, take his comb and comb it out, and then hit it with the line again, comb it out again, hit it with the line again, he wouldn't even have to hit it so many times. Respectfully, I'm not saying any of this in any malicious way. I'm just talking barber to barber.
Make sure while you're in school to practice, all right? Practice now. Now is the perfect time to just try anything new, all right? So, especially for my seasoned barber.
I don't know why he not combing it. Like, I know y'all see what I see. There's curly hair in there that need to be combed down or brushed down. He's lining it up. He ain't comb it down before he lined it up. Before he lined it up, he ain't comb it down. What the hell?
Barbers that already knew how to cut hair before you went to school, this is the time to actually practice, all right? This is the time to actually explore.
Sir, you still didn't comb that out? I'm so surprised. Wagwan ya saw. You still didn't comb that out? How do I zoom in? all of this right here needed to be combed out and recut in order for this to lay smoothly. And there's still some bulk right here that need to be cleaned out. And right here.
As somebody trying to learn.
I like the way he's being real careful with the lineup right here. He's not really going back into the hairline. He's keeping it as natural as possible. Man. I would always recommend combing the hair before you do the lineup. Did I say that enough? Oh my lord, it's stressing me out. No, stop. Feel like you're bringing that corner a little high, but I could be tripping. Okay, so we see where the natural hairline is, where the natural C cup could go, but he took it half an inch above that, and I don't even think that's necessary. You really want to cut the client's lineup as naturally as possible so that when it grows back, it's not a whole bunch of hair that's growing back that look crazy. Comb the hair down and then keep it as natural as possible. Unnecessary.
So doing the lineup around the ear, what you want to do is comb the hair out first, comb the hair down, and then just use your corners, man, in that C-cup area. And it's really not C-cup, but in that roundabout area around the ear, use your, in that.
I'm not really sure exactly where he started. It looked like he started like around here somewhere. I would always recommend like starting here and following this in this direction like this. It helps figure out where the spin around the ear goes. Start here, follow the beard line, the jawline, and go up in the direction around the ear, and then pull the ear down, and now you have a little guideline right here that you can follow around the ear this way, so that you're not taking too much hair off that area.
Roundabout area around the ear, use your corners. That's gonna save you and make sure that you get that circular motion as much as possible. Then when you come down to the neck area, you can straighten out your blade, use the whole blade, because you need a straighter line then. But as far as that kind of curve around the ear, the corner of the blade,
I don't know why watching him is making me cringe. I feel like he's gonna accidentally go into, like, why is he that far in where the line goes? He probably gonna take it down and it's gonna look fine. But I would recommend starting at the nape area, back of the neck, and right here. So you can start here and then you come here to the back of the neck and you figure out where that line is, and then you connect around the ear to this line that you already started here. The direction in which he's going makes me nervous because you can easily accidentally take too much around the ear before you even start the nape area, and now you're having to take the nape area in further than you want to, and it will look a little funny. But let's see how this play out.
Is your best bet.
May just be the angle of the camera that making it look a little different. See, he lined it up really well. So it's not to say that you can't do this effectively. But you could also mess it up pretty easily doing it in this way, in my opinion. I think if you start where you already naturally see lines, it'll be easier to connect the parts where there's no natural line necessarily. And even as he's hitting it with the trimmers, I still see these curls like hanging over the hair, the line that he's making. Like, it's bothering me. You really need to comb those curls out and hit them with the scissors in order for them not to hang over the line that you just created. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, he started in the middle of the ear, and there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just that going down from the middle of the ear instead of up from the back of the neck. I think I explained it already. So this is what I mean. Because if you see where the guy's natural hairline is, there's no reason why the hairline that 360 Jeezy is making needs to be half an inch in. I always start in the middle. Yeah, it's the same reason why you don't start on the ends over here. It's the same reason why you don't start on the ends over here. I'm not really sure why he rounded it out. Maybe that's the client's preference. But unless that's the client's preference, I typically just sharp line, creates a nice strong jawline. Just keep the comb in your hand all the time and comb them hairs out, because them hairs, they hide behind each other and sometimes they get missed. I would never recommend using a brush on somebody's face. Always a comb, especially if the brush has been used on other people's hair, because people's face is mad more sensitive than their scalp. So I always recommend using a comb that you can sanitize versus a brush that you can't sanitize as well. Clean. So this is the part where we add enhancements to hair that was never combed out and cut. Damn, it's unfortunate because he's about to add enhancements to this cut before he even combed out that bulk. So all them little curly hairs that was still sitting there on top of the line he made is still sitting there on top of the line he made, and then he's gonna spray enhancements on it. I'm not saying this man don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying sometimes these little details get missed. And you can still see the curls underneath the spray that needed to be combed out. You see them curls moving when the spray gun hits it, bro, because you didn't comb them out. If you would have combed those curls out and clipped them with the scissors, that would have looked a lot smoother.
Go in small, wanted a curl sponge. So my client wanted a curl sponge on top. So I'm going to use the curl sponge and go in small circular motions, all right? So I'm going to use the...
I know you see what I see. I know you see that. Do you still see the curls hanging over that line? Okay.
Listen, my client came in looking like this. I had to bring him back. Your barber instructor may not agree with every step that I take, but tell him God did. You too. This is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, Hustle Dreams Production, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below.
Well, the cut looks fire. It really does look fire. But it's a lot of corrections with the enhancements that was made, respectfully. Some of them curls needed to be pulled out. Them curls came out fire with that sponge Look at them curls. It looks fire. But we remember what it looked like before the enhancements and some of the bulk that was there before the color was hiding it. You know, them details is important. And I know that 360 Jeezy really cares about them details. I just don't know if he knows or notices. But just one barber to another, that's my only critique is some of them curls needed to be combed out, take them down a little bit so that that lineup could be crispy and so that blend could be better. But ultimately, you know, 360 Jeezy, I've been watching him for a very long time. One of my favorite people on YouTube is 360 Jeezy. So I really just wanted to see what YouTube was giving. Who is some of the best barbers on YouTube? And I really want to see what they cuts is hitting for. You feel me?
Follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools.
You see what I mean right here? This little bulk right here, this could have been blended out. Not to say that it's a bad cut. It's not. It's a great cut. You see it. But you also saw some of the ways in which he could have worked that out. Well, that's my opinion on the best barber on YouTube, 360 Jeezy. I don't mean no disrespect with this video, but I just want to see what the barbers is cutting like and give my opinion on it. That's it. All due respect, I still am a fan. I still love y'all. I still love the craft. And regardless, we all out here trying to survive and trying to eat. I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody or come at nobody's technique. Just sharing my opinion on what I see. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments. Just don't disrespect me, and I won't disrespect you. Until next time, my friends, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed watching me talk This is what I think about 360 Jeezy's full length best student haircut tutorial. Best student haircut tutorial? And you're telling people to freehand? I, I don't know, man. Who am I? Right? I don't have 3 million followers. I have 200 followers. But I don't think I'm wrong. So it is what it is. Appreciate y'all for watching.